Hey guys, welcome to a voiceover video. I'm still going to keep the Who is the Skit style of videos where there's only text and there's no speech, but for some videos, I will decide to use my voice. Please don't talk about how I sound like a fucking squeaker. I know, my voice sounds really young. People mistake me for like a kid all the time. But what I wanted to talk about in this video is my predictions for the upcoming TBD update. By upcoming, I don't mean the next update, because the next update is very clearly going to be a collaboration with Powerpuff Girls, because I have genuine faith that the next update is going to be a TBD update, and I am genuinely confident in saying that. Do I say genuinely often? I think I say genuinely too often. Fuck. So let's just jump into my thoughts about the next TBD update and what I hope to see in it. Just a quick spoiler, I hope to see anything other than Time Relic Chaos. Fuck, I hate Time Relic Chaos. So, firstly, Spoonful of Bees, why are you so confident on the update after the Powerpuff Girls one being a TBD update? Well, it's because it's just simply that we haven't had a TBD update this entire year. Ever since Operation Time Guard, there's been a yearly TBD update, whether that be Mission Save the Future, or Operation Time Fixers, or fucking Time Relic Chaos. But speaking of Time Relic Chaos, that one was in 2024, and now it's 2025, and almost the end of 2025, and we haven't gotten a TBD update. I've seen some speculation that it's because Time Relic Chaos sucked so fucking much, Devsis has kind of given up on the TBD, but I don't believe that to be the case. Like, a lot of people still like the TBD, and a lot of the people who were complaining about Time Relic Chaos were TBD fans. They were TBD fans who just didn't like how Time Relic Chaos was and how it did absolutely nothing that the TBD had been set up to do before. Holy shit, this footage is so bad. I am so sorry. You have to watch my horrible gameplay. Anyway, moving on. The second and third TBD updates were updates that ran from December to January, essentially being a connector for the New Year's and the last year. So what I'm getting at is, we have another update this year. We have one more update for the year. It is possible that the next update after the Powerpuff Girls update might be a Christmas one, but I kind of doubt that because I don't think there's a single time that the Christmas update has been a New Year's update. Just looking through the update list and seeing all the Christmas updates, there is an update after them, which is the New Year's update. So I guess we're not getting a holiday cookie update this year, which is kind of sad, but to be fair, we technically did with the anniversary update, and it having Dreamweaver and showcasing a lot of Christmas cookies and all. So that's why I firmly believe that the update after the Powerpuff Girls one will be the TBD update. So what can we expect from the TBD update? Well, first of all, Twist Roll is 100% going to be the cookie that's releasing. Last TBD update, we got Schneeball, and Schneeball was showcased on the TBD onboarding guide alongside Twist Roll. Considering that Twist Roll is the only new cookie from that onboarding guide that we haven't seen yet in any capacity, it has to be him releasing first. So we know who the first cookie is. But who's going to be the second cookie? Well, that's also kind of easy, but not as easy. You see, there are two cookies that could possibly be taking the spot for the next playable, and those are the NPCs, Maple Taffy and Dark Fondue. Unless Devsis decides to put two never-before-seen TBD characters in this update, which is kind of weird, please don't do that, it has to be one of these two. Last update's NPC was Marble Bread, and I like Marble Bread being released. Hell yeah! Even if I am working on an everything wrong with video for both of the parts of that update, because Jesus fucking Christ, I still do really like how they did Marble Bread. It added so much more to his character than just a guy who's tired all the time. I think it's really unique seeing a tired character who isn't just lazy. I see a lot of people calling Marble Bread lazy, but I'd kind of argue against him being lazy because the whole thing is he does his job. He does his job well, despite not wanting to do it. Marble Bread aside, it could be either Maple Taffy or Dark Fondue. I guess Maple Taffy has gotten a little more screen time in Time Relic Chaos than Dark Fondue, which makes him the more likely candidate, but that's only by a little bit. What I am worried about is, will the character that is released fit well with the story that they're telling? Since Twist Roll is from the Time Investigation Division, the update is probably going to focus on the Time Investigation Division. I mean, that's just literally how the updates work. But I don't want this event to be another two-parter like Time Relic Chaos was, because it being two parts didn't give the stories that were in it much time to develop, and they were very half-baked, and weren't much more than just silly slice-of-life stories, which I guess is fine. They're fine stories, I suppose, but they don't have the care and thought put into it that the other TBD stories had, and that's a shame, because these were the debut events of 2 characters that are genuinely pretty interesting. So if this story is normally just one big story spanning each update, it's going to be a little confusing how either a Cookie Resources Division employee is going to mix with a time investigation centered plot, or a relic management employee is going to mix with a time investigation centered plot. With Dark Fondue, it's a little easier to explain why she'd be in the time investigation division, because, she's from Cookie Resources. Going to a bunch of different divisions is kind of her job, and making sure everything's alright, and making sure all the employees aren't fucking around. But Mabel Taffy is a little different, where he doesn't really have any reason to be in the time investigation division. The Relic Management Division goes on expeditions by their own self, and if anything, he'd probably need to go to, the Technology Development Division, or, any other division other than the Time Investigation Division. My main concern is just kind of how they're going to fit into the story. If the next story is something about, chasing a time criminal, what the hell are the Cookie Resources Division and the Relic Management Division employees doing here? It could be a thing of maybe they discover the timeline anomaly first, and then just kind of tag along. There's, a time anomaly, and they have to, get some, input on what the hell either of them saw. Something like that. So if they're going to include an NPC turned playable, I really hope it's not another fucking 2-parter event. There's also the chance that the next playable NPC could be a new character, but I kind of don't really want it to be a new character. There's been demand for these 2 NPCs for a while now, and I guess while a new character could really, fit the story better, I just don't know, man. Or it could be Twizzly Gummy. That is also an option, but I kind of don't feel like it'll be Twizzly Gummy. I know they have been adding, a lot more Kingdom characters lately, but this update wasn't on the roadmap. That's the thing. This is one of the updates that's off of the roadmap, and that's why we don't know any information about it. Considering Twizzly Gummy is a Kingdom character, and the roadmap was mainly about, hey, let's bring Kingdom characters to Ovenbreak, I feel like they would put the update on the roadmap. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's Twizzly Gummy, unfortunately. So, out of Maple Taffy and Dark Fondue, since they kind of have equal chances right now, who do I really want in the story? Most people are probably going to be shocked by this, but I kind of want Dark Fondue in the story, mainly just because I'm not sure how well Maple Taffy would be in a time investigation-focused update. Maybe it's not a time investigation-focused update, but I really want it to be time investigation-focused, so we can get more character for String Gummy. That and Maple Taffy already kind of got a spotlight back in the Time Unlock Chaos update, and while I didn't really like that, that was a bit of, a spotlight. And I just really want to know why Dark Fondue is like that. What's up with her? Genuinely, what's up with her? With Marble Bread's introduction, we got a lot more detail about him, and we got a lot more insight into his character. I want to see that for Dark Fondue. I want to know why she's such an asshole. But with all this talk about the Time Investigation Division, I'm sure you're wondering, what about the cookie that's already been shown to be in the Time Investigation Division? And that's the sopping wet cat himself, String Gummy. Now, I have a personal bone to pick with String Gummy's character. As of lately, it feels like DevSys has kind of bastardized him, unfortunately. For example, in Draconis Immortalis, he literally shows up, says, one line, and, that one line is a director-related question. It feels like they've made his character, too much about missing the director, and I guess that makes sense, because he does show signs of PTSD, but it's also, he does it a bit too much, where it's too much of his character. Okay. I just want String Gummy to heal from the director and be able to be his own fucking character without having to, mention her every 5 seconds. Especially with DevSys hinting at Croystring and how I don't really think Croystring in its current form could work. I like Croystring, but as it is, with String Gummy not healed from the director, it can't work. This is completely... Let's move on before I start rambling. Maybe I'll make a video about exactly why I have a problem with String Gummy's character, but I digress. It's possible this update might actually, be that healing for String Gummy's character, or at least set him on the path to healing from the director. Because, again, this is a time investigation-focused update, or Or at least it fucking should be, because the main, new cookie is from the Time Investigation Division. And it's quite possible that, Twistrel might be the head. Like, String Gummy definitely refers to the chief of the Time Investigation Division, and considering there's only one cookie that could possibly be, and usually divisions where they haven't had a head planned don't really have anyone talking about their head. Like, Croissant never really says anything about the head of Technology Development Division, and I don't think I've really seen Marble Bread, like, talk about the head of the Facility Management Division outside of, like, the costume where he is the head. Him talking about his chief very openly basically says to me, Twistroll is going to be the chief. We're also going to see String Gummy's relationship with his co-workers in the same division, as he states in the past 2 TBD updates that they're very loudmouth and very gossipy, and considering they don't know where he's from, they try and speculate, but we as the audience know where he's from. And Gork. I mean Croissant. Fuck. Why'd I call her Gork? Speaking of Gork, her and Timekeeper. Now, her and Timekeeper have kind of been unimportant in the previous 2 TBD updates, and that's fair, because there's a lot more characters in the TBD than just Croissant and Timekeeper. But I'm hoping if this update story is a lot more serious and a lot more high stakes, just like Mission Save the Future and Operation Time Guard War, that they'll kind of show up. Especially because, you know, Timekeeper's the fucking director, and if something really bad's happening, she kind of has to step in. But I don't think Gork's story is exactly done yet, considering she still has her fears about becoming the director and her fears about becoming Timekeeper that she has to deal with. And those weren't really resolved. If anything, honestly, after Mission Save the Future, I think they got worse because she got confirmation that, in some timelines, no matter what the fuck she does, she will become the director. And also, it doesn't even matter if she doesn't become Timekeeper, because the other alternative is eating shit and dying. Speaking of Director Croissant, I'm going to sound like I am coping really fucking hard when I say this, but I genuinely hope we get to see a flashback, or flash forward? I don't know what it... Flashback. A flashback of Director Croissant and String Gummy interacting. Because Director Croissant as a character is very interesting to me, but we kind of can't get any more insight onto her unless we get a flashback like that, because she's 7 timelines under. She's kind of fucking dead. So unless the event is a title event, we probably won't be getting any extra content of her. Call me insane, but I kind of hope the event is a title event just so we can get those flashbacks from the secret stories. I'm serious. I'm that star for director. But if it's like any of the other TBD updates instead of just Time Relic Chaos, that's good as well. I'm fine with that. So those are kind of my, predictions and hopes for the next TBD update. It's been one I've been waiting for a very, very long time. Maybe I'll do a predictions and theories video on the next TBD update in Kingdom. We have a lot of information about that one. I probably could have said more, but in interest of this video not being an hour long, that's basically all I'm going to say on the matter, because I could ramble and ramble about the TBD for fucking forever. Oh shit, was this the map I got stuck on? This was the map I got stuck on. Oh, good thing I'm ending the video here so you don't have to see me fail. Have an Ooble nice day, and when I see you next time, it's probably going to be in the Everything Wrong with Time Relic Chaos Part 1 video, which is very long, and I'm very excited about it because I do bring up a bunch of good points about it. But that's it for now. Goodbye, have an Ooble nice day.
Time waits for no one, so we're always on the run. Gotta stay one step ahead.